Dr. Russo.
Who are you?
My name is Marco Caruso. My brother is critically ill. I need your help.
Call 911. The ED is 40 feet behind me.
We cannot use the hospital. This is highly sensitive. 20 minutes of your time, $200 cash, payable now. Private facility in Brooklyn. You'll be back home in 6 hours. My brother has been poisoned for 14 hours. The toxin is not in any database. You're the third best toxicologist in New York. The top 2 refused.
Then why me?
Because I have no other choice. Because you haven't refused yet. If my brother dies tonight, 400 people will be dead within 6 weeks.
What kind of war is this?
The kind your father knew. The kind your sister died in.
How do you know about my sister?
Because the person who murdered your sister poisoned my brother. That killer will be dead before Friday.
Mr. Caruso, please get in. Mr. Caruso, by any reasonable standard of assessment, this facility is illegal.
Dr. Russo, this facility serves about 200 patients a year, about 180 of them. The reason being that their parents also, by any reasonable, have depression and mentality and have sought treatment at irregular medical severity. Where my skewing assessment is concerned, this facility clears the lives of about 150 children a year.
Dr. Russo, it's the family board then.
Let me see your brother. Mr. Caruso, when did this exposure begin?
The patient glass of wine at family yesterday at 12:42 p.m.
Mr. Caruso, this is called compound K18 by a small, discrete chemical company in Marseille, France. By all reasonable standards of assessment, following a meticulous investigation by the French federal government, its inventory was also officially destroyed according to all reasonable standards of assessment. Mr. By any reasonable senior expert who identified compound K7 at 23. The case was closed 3 days after in Chalumzit-Worment, and she herself Case Safland. Mr. Caruso, the scent for compound K7, this precursor compound was never destroyed. Carry out targeted assassinate assassinations on the using it e-coast.
Dr. Russo, what is the antidote?
Mr. Caruso, the antidote matched fusion donor blood of the poisoned victim. Once this donor blood is into the victim's body, it can bind to the active sites of the K7 molecules. And Mr. Caruso, I must find out who poisoned your brother. I need to obtain their blood sample within 4 hours.
According to all reasonable estimates, he is currently located at the modest but well-equipped Caruso family estate in Greenwich, Connecticut.
EC consistent wine, Rusto.
Mr. Caruso, then we need to drive to Greenwich.
Dr. Russo, we need to drive to Greenwich. Dr. Russo, wing metric, in the third generation, head the Caruso family. My continued to DEF 5 officially took over in October from 1989 to 23. In the 38 months I have been in leadership, I have worked to dismantle that business. By any reasonable metric, my uncle Luca has been the most staunch opponent of this change. Over the past 6 months, he has been secretly plotting to replace me.
Mr. Caruso, your uncle has been developing the K7 poison for the past 4 years. How many people has he
Dr.
killed?
Russo, according to my careful count, there are 14 in total.
My sister.
Your sister was the 5th suspect. He killed her because she identified a secondary suspect in a 2023 forensic case. A murder Luca committed against a rival distributor in Queens. The case was closed in my father's office on Friday.
Mr. Caruso, why are you telling me this?
Dr. Russo, in minutes, I will drive to my uncle's residence, forcibly take him and bring him back to Brooklyn. You need to draw his blood to save my brother. After that time, I will kill him. The reason I'm telling you is stand the more sister more to prove it, but I'm also the person who can give you the justice the system failed to give her. Dr. Russo, would you like to participate?
Yes, Mr. Caruso.
Thank you, Dr. Russo.
Marco, who is this woman?
Uncle Luca. This is Dr. Russo, currently the attending physician responsible for treating Dante. According to her meticulous professional assessment, this compound is grade K7. Its antidote requires the blood of a first-degree relative standards if colled from terminal conditions. Uncle Luca, we came for your blood. I am not accusing you. Regardless of whether you are willing to donate, from any reasonable assessment standpoint, this is no longer a consideration that requires repeated deliberation.
Marco, let's talk about it.
Uncle Luca, we will meet and talk in Brooklyn, and after that we will collect your blood.
Mr. Caruso, he is going to survive.
Dr. Russo, thank you.
Mr. Caruso, what happens next?
By any reasonable standard of assessment, you will not hear from me again.
Mr. Caruso, where is Luca?
After 4 hours, I'll have a brief and education of assessment. He will not leave this facility.
Mr. Caruso, I want to be involved in the operational discussions regarding this matter.
Dr. Russo, by any reasonable standard...
Demanding your absolutely not give up this opportunity.
Dr. Russo would ever come accompany a meal to a warm arrangement.
Mr. Caruso, this is acceptable.
Dr. Russo, you may stay as long as you wish.
Mr. Caruso, do you know who I am?
Dr. Russo, yes, I do.
Tell me.
By any reasonable metric, for the past 16 months, you have been working AA.
Mr. Caruso, how do you know this?
He said, do happen extraordinary.
Mr. Caruso, who is your contact?
Doctor, the name of that discreet contact, your life would jeopardy within 72 hours.
Dr. Russo, what he says is true.
Marco, that's right. My contact is Special Agent Daniel Parker within DEA's New York Field Division.
Established this informant relationship within some months of my sister's death.
Dr. Russo, you should have told me.
Marco, I only met you this morning.
Dr. Russo, yes. By any of my own to subject Miss family's fair.
Marco.
Dr. Russo, yes. Uncle Luca, who is the contact?
Marco Bianni has domesticate for that.
Uncle Luca Russo doesn't spend your right to me.
By any I'm so present, that made for my bride.
Uncle Luca, your son was killed Greenwich facility.
Marco.
Marco Daniel Parker, yes.
Cardiac wire investor if you and the C murder investigations.
Marco, we must leave this room.
Dr. Russo, yes. Dr. Russo, it is done.
Marco, now we handle Daniel Parker.
DEA agent Daniel Parker, 48, married with 2 children. He worked for the DEA for 19 years and has been on the Caruso payload for 7 years, receiving $4.2 million, used for his brownstone, private school tuition, and an Upper Switeside apartment for his mistress. Marco's plan: submit the confession to the DEA and FBI simultaneously. If they fail to act within 72 hours, the documents go to the New York Times.
Mark, I'll be the one to hand the records to the FBI.
Dr. Russo, you are a registered DEA informant. The FBI will handle your submission with much higher rigor. We will coordinate the handover at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Parker will be arrested within 48 hours. The prosecution will take 12 to 14 months. You will be the key witness.
What will happen to me after the handover? Where should I go?
You can enter federal witness protection. New location, new identity. Or you can come with me. This warehouse is the safest private medical facility in New York. I will also be there. I ask you to work there for the next 12 to 14 months.
I've known you for about 14 hours. Are you asking me to move into a mafia-owned warehouse?
Yes, Dr. Russo.
I will definitely think about it carefully. Marco. Yes, I'll stay.
Sienna, thank you. The handover ceremony was held at 9 a.m. Wednesday. Antonio Romaro submitted the follow-up record to the DEA. Sienna submitted the audio file to the FBI. Catherine Walsh submitted the report to the New York Times. As of 11:42 a.m., all 3 agencies had confirmed receipt. As of 3:14 p.m., the FBI had launched a formal investigation into Special Agent Daniel Parker. As of 6:42 p.m., Parker had been officially suspended. As of 11:14 p.m., he was charged with 14 counts of accessory to murder, extortion, and bribery. His bail applications were denied. He was incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. The threat was officially transferred from Marco Caruso system within roughly 14 hours.
During the subsequent 14 months, Sienna was the key witness against Parker and 14 others. She lived under Marco Caruso's structural protection in the Plymouth Street warehouse. By whatever reasonable standard applied, she was bound to fall in love with him. By any reasonable standard, when she walked into the FBI at 9 a.m. Wednesday, she had never anticipated this scenario. She would not regret it. My suite is about 2,000 square feet, with living room, kitchen, bedroom, study, and private bathroom, no windows, 18-inch thick reinforced concrete walls, 3 layers of steel ceiling, and a custom bank vault door locked with my right thumbprint.
Sienna.
Marco.
Come in.
Marco, I have a question for you. Marco, how long have you quietly chosen to be a good man and reasonable standard? You are completely unfit for the position of head of the Caruso family.
Sienna, for the past 38 months, the situation has remained stable and cautious.
Marco, why?
Sienna, sit down.
Sienna, my father died on October 3/14, 27 years old, and had been head of the Caruso family for 44 years before his death. I was 31 when he died. During my father's 44 years, our direct killed about 14,000 innocent people, mostly young people in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Newport. They died of overdose. In the 36 hours after his death, I made a decision. I will lead the Caruso family and use my career to completely dismantle the drug network he built. For the past 38 months, I have made significant operational progress. I have personally killed about 14 people who oppose this transformation. Acceptable cost to prevent 40 more years of death. These lives should have been saved by me.
Sienna, I am not asking you to forgive me. I just hope you understand the moral consideration.
Marco, I understand the calculation.
Marco.
By any reasonable standard, my sister is among those 14,000 people.
Sienna, no. She died because she identified the K7 base. That should be attributed to my uncle in the DEA, not the drug network. Your sister was killed because she was doing the work I am also trying to do now. By any reasonable standard, she and I should have been on the same side.
Marco, I want to be on that side.
Sienna, I want that.
Marco, we have to deal with Daniel Parker for the next 14 months.
Sienna, okay.
Marco, after those 14 months.
Sienna, it's up to you.
Marco, let's see. By any reasonable standard, my current position is exactly the goal I have for the past 3 years. I have indeed found the murderer whom had been science the behind the murderer whom my sister...
Sienna.
Marco.
I've wanted to do this ever since you got into my car on East 99th Street at 2:16 a.m. on Tuesday.
Marco, I've wanted you to do that since almost exactly the same moment.
Sienna.
Marco.
For all my personal criteria, I'm definitely not taking you to my bedroom tonight.
Marco, why?
Because I've only known you for 13 days. I've never slept with a woman I've known for less than 14 weeks, and I plan to spend the next 60 years with you.
Marco, 60 years?
Roughly. Actuarial tables say 54. I rounded up.
Marco.
Yes?
By all reasonable criteria, the 14th week milestone falls on Sunday, March 1, 2027, and I will definitely meet you that day.
Sienna. Okay.
By all reasonable metrics, I've agreed to spend 60 years with a mafia boss, and this is the wisest decision I've ever made.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Sienna Russo. Your brother brought you here 14 days ago.
How long have I been out?
14 days on a ventilator, plus 3 more days in induced coma.
My brother.
Marco is upstairs. He comes every day. Would you like me to call him?
First, was it Luca?
Yes.
He's dead.
Yes.
Thank God.
Mr. Caruso, your uncle killed my sister.
Dr. Russo, I am so sorry.
Your uncle killed her, not you.
He was the source of everything I had. That moral responsibility falls on me.
Your brother has already started paying that debt.
Then I will fully assist him. By all reasonable standards, has my brother not proposed to you yet?
We've only known each other for 14 days.
He mentioned you back in 2024. He waited 14 days just to ask for my blessing after I woke up. Over the past 16 months, he silently attended 6 conferences where you were the keynote speaker. He was waiting for the right moment.
Mr. Caruso, the moment is now.
He said he would only contact you when his work was severe enough to require interrupting your career. Those cautious situations evolved into a serious problem 14 days ago.
Mr. Caruso, I need to go upstairs.
Yes, Dr. Russo.
Marco.
Sienna.
Marco, your brother just told me about that document.
Sienna, come in.
Marco, by any reasonable standard, have you been quietly observing me for the past 3 years?
Sienna. Okay.
Marco, why?
I confirmed my uncle killed your sister. This came after 14 months of reviewing crime records. 10-minute standard. I want to put you in danger. The Luca network would have killed you within 48 hours.
I instead launched a plan to dismantle the Luca network. It took 26 months and was 14 days ago. When Luca poisoned Dante, that gave me the base to take him out. I read your papers, medical transcripts, and your DA fighted by Daniel Parker.
Marco, you had access to my DEA file. You've been reading my reports for 16 months.
Sienna, yes, by all reasonable standards, I wanted to know when I needed to intervene to prevent your death. That intervention happened at 2:14 a.m. on November 12th on East 99th Street because Daniel Parker had scheduled your death for around 2:30 a.m. that morning. Parker is now in our underground secure room. Our team intercepted him at 90th and Park Avenue.
Marco.
Yes.
You saved my life.
Sienna, okay?
Why didn't you tell me when we drove to Greenwich that morning? Why not?
Because I wanted you to choose to come to my warehouse based on the situation in front of you, not because I saved your life 16 minutes earlier. By my personal standards, I wanted you to choose this, but by any reasonable assessment, this was not your responsibility.
Marco, by my personal preferences, I
Sienna,
am making
we are on the same page right next to each other with exact alignment. On Wednesday, December 10, 2026, Daniel Parker signed a federal plea agreement negotiated by his attorney Charles Witzman. In exchange for cooperation, he received 22 years instead of life imprisonment. Parker subsequently identified every person within the Caruso-Parker network.
Of Industry State's attorney Patricia Parker briefed Sienna and Marco on the plea agreement. Parker identified 14 candidates. The 14th is Judge Ed Vance. In exchange, he dismissed 41 drug prosecutions against Caruso network members. Vance was the execution coordinator of the K7 assassination plan. Parker received instructions directly from Vance, not from Luca Caruso.
Judge Vance officiated my father's funeral. By any reasonable measure, he was my father's closest friend.
Your father served as the primary liaison between the Caruso family and Judge Vance since 1985, with your father's prior tat consent. After your father passed, Luca took over as core operator. Vance continued as operational coordinator. He was the architect of the plan that led to your brother's sister's...
Patricia, what do you need me to do?
Your testimony against Vance, the Caruso family's financial archives recording the $14 million, and your father's personal files.
You have all 3.
This cooperation will steward the future for no less than following this.
The Federal Reserve will be placed to structure family threatening mechanism.
Patricia, I formally accept this proposed supplemental opinion.
By any reasonable standard, you have agreed to end the continuation of the Caruso family.
Sienna, okay. I have a Christmas present for you.
We agreed. No presents.
By any reasonable standard, this does not fall within that agreement.
Marco, how did you arrange this?
It was my request. Patricia Parker approved it. Dr. Margaret Chen signed.
Marco, thank you. Marco, the 14-week Junkshiver arrived 9 weeks ago, on March 1st. By any reasonable standard, I can no longer wait out the remaining 9 weeks.
Sienna, are you sure?
Marco, okay.
Sienna, 5th floor.
Marco, 5th floor.
Sienna,
Marco.
regardless of any of my subsequent preferences, I want to take you to Naples.
Marco, Naples.
This is the small old house where the Caruso family originally lived. I hope you can meet my grandmother. She is 90 English. She knows nothing about my father's business, yet she firmly believes the family still runs a restaurant. When can she meet the lady her grandson is about to marry?
Marco getting married.
I have not yet officially made this proposal. I had hoped to wait until the wedding ceremony, but my grandmother has already informed her village this wedding has, by any measure, already officially taken place.
When did she notify her village?
December 25, 2026.
Marco, Christmas. Marco, the 5th floor.
Sienna, okay.
Your grandmother is well aware of the existence of the 5th floor.
Sienna, okay.
What's wrong?
I have never been able to lie to my grandmother.
Then we should go to Naples.
My dear, welcome home.
Nonna, I am very happy.
Sienna, today's March 1st.
Marco, yes.
March 1st was our selected subsequent date. By any reasonable standard, it is also the 14-week West in our relationship. Last night, my grandmother gave me this ring. She said, by any reasonable standard, who will become the virtuous mistress of the new Caruso family village. Sienna, will you marry me?
Marco, yes. This wedding will be held in this village. Marco, when?
The Vance trial will conclude in February 2028. I hope to marry within 60 days after.
April 9th, 2028, Sunday.
By any reasonable standard, that is exactly 15 months from today.
Marco, yes.
Sienna, the time is April 9th, 2028. By April 14, 2027, Dante Caruso achieved a complete recovery from K7 exposure. He gradually transitioned into Marco's primary deputy, in accordance with his subsequent preference for a low profile. Through this transition, Marco was ultimately bound to completely detach from the Caruso family's meticulous leadership model. The final transition period was scheduled for 5 years following the Vance case. Marco will officially resign in February 2033 at age 41. By any reasonable standard, Dante assumed that meticulous leadership responsibility. Under his cautious leadership, the Caruso family will complete a progressive operational transition from drug distribution to a fully legalized business portfolio over the next decade.
This grounded the in the 2000 script New York and Treble, and most correcting was spin missions in the recorded history of American organized.
But from whichever angle one looks, these matters are left to be told later.
Edward Vance's trial began on November 8, 2027. Marco testified on day 14, lasting 6 hours. He detailed the Caruso-Parker-Vance network and submitted financial records proving Vance received $14 million.
Sienna testified on day 22, lasting 4 hours. She detailed K7 forensic evidence. Parker testified on day 41, lasting 8 hours. He confirmed Vance personally ordered the K7 assassinations of 14 victims.
Jury deliberations totaled 14 hours and 41 minutes. On February 19, 2028, the jury found Vance guilty on all 14 charges. He was sentenced to 4 successive life sentences on May 14, 2028 to be served in federal prison.
He was sent to federal supermax prison in Florence, Colorado, where he will spend the last 17 years of his life until 2045. Marco and Sienna did not give any interviews. They flew to Naples the following Monday.
During the 6 weeks between the verdict and the wedding, Maria Caruso coordinated this small, carefully prepared wedding. About 40 people attended.
Patricia, welcome.
Mrs. Caruso, thank you.
You provided Marco with ample operation opportunity, had been silently accomplished the work. He has every reason to be grateful.
Mrs. Caruso,
by any reasonable standard, you must file a federal lawsuit against that cautious little Lorenzo family.
Mrs. Caruso, yes.
For the remaining 3 days before the wedding, these two women became quiet and unexpected friends. For the next 30 years, they would exchange Christmas cards.
Until death do us part, we shall walk together.
Husband and wife.
I finally realize I am exactly where I belong. After 3 years and 10 months of long waiting, I have finally returned home.
The Caruso family is an organization my father ran for 44 years. This legitimate legacy is the result of everyone's efforts over the past 9 years. I officially resign. My brother Dante will formally take over tomorrow morning. Dante, this family belongs to you.
Marco, thank you.
Dante, you're welcome.
She became pregnant in May 2028. On July 22, she announced the news to Marco on the 5th floor terrace.
I'm pregnant.
Sienna.
Yes.
Sienna, when?
Marco, Tuesday's ultrasound showed around late February female fetus at 10 weeks. She will be born on February 10, 2029, weighing 7 pounds 2 ounces. They named her Teresa Maria Caruso for Sienna's late sister and MD from Colombia, completed residency at Mount Sinai East, and began attending a physician there. In 2057, she will establish a free prenatal clinic in its first decade, but by any measure, that is a story for... After Marco retired in 2033, he and Sienna purchased a 4-story brownstone on West 12th Street. They moved in on April 4th. Saria, Tonio Marco, Catherine Rose, and Henry Dame would all grow up here.
Marco would run a private equity business from his home office. Sienna would continue part-time emergency medicine at Mount Sinai East and lead the Teresa Russo Memorial Foundation. The foundation funded 41 forensic synthetic and research projects over unexplained deaths. The foundation would identify perpetrators in about 1,400 unsolved death cases over 40 years. It would become the most operationally influential private forensic institution in the United States.
The Caruso family three Mr. Marion Pleam to say sealed by rival. He was meant in restaurant de Sanderi, Caruso family 1960 years. But he was never man happy.
My grandson Marco was originally Orgo, when the original knife there. The restaurant did a love work, Marco, and he would have loved you community too.
Nonna, thank you.
Welcome home, dear.
My grandmother was the fundamental driving force for this family. The operational changes I have led over the past 12 years could never have been achieved without her support. These changes are the direct manifestation value of the Caruso market to grow into what it's 17. I will miss her every single day for the rest of my life. In May 2034, Daniel Parker began writing letters to Sienna from federal prison. The first letter was an apology. She did not respond for 14 months. For the next 13 years, they corresponded once a quarter, at age 69. On the day of his release, he sent her his final letter.
Dr. Red is the murder, Red.
These 14 years of sleep for the most uncampage for my light. I will still feel strigrid as wested.
She was satisfied with this result. She never opened that folded again.
Lucia, are you free tonight?
We'll see when you're done, boss.
I promise you a life that's not defined by what our families were, only what we make of it.
It's no longer a business. It's a foundation, and it will serve those who need it most.
You sure you don't want me to stay another year?
You've done your part, Uncle Dante. Now I do mine. To family. She's gonna grow up in a world where the Caruso name means something different.
Mom! Dad! I'm gonna be late for my interview!
Breakfast is on the table. At least grab a piece of bread before you go.
You painted it way too bright. That warehouse was never that bright.
Patricia Parker from the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York in 2046, at the age of 66, after her meticulously structured retirement portfolio included meticulous follow-up prosecutions on 41 federal corruption cases, 14 federal organized crime cases, and approximately 340 other federal cases. By all my personal metrics of judgment, I want to extend a special thank you to two extraordinary individuals. By any reasonable metric evaluation, it is they who have enabled me to achieve substantial results over my 31 years of federal judicial enforcement. By any reasonable metric, the first individual is Mr. Marco Caruso. The operational transformation was the largest and most operationally significant paradigm of an organized crime syndicate. By my personal metrics, the federal prosecution has remained an indispensable behind-the-scenes supporting force. Without Mr. Caruso's willingness to subject himself to strict federal oversight, we simply could not have accomplished this historic transformation. The second key figure, also any reasonable metric, was the meticulously thorough over thoroughness by the other were continuous provided structurally impossible. Furthermore, she has, again, by any reasonable metric, served as the founding director of the Sienna Russo Memorial Passion, an organization that over 15 years she's metric has been purchased of 3 students in approximately 1,000 funhams at a ecosystem in the New York metropolitan area. By any of my own subsequent personal metrics of evaluation, I am deeply honored to have served as that meticulous federal prosecutor. By any reasonable metric, their collaboration in that meticulously thorough 2027 federal investigation. To Marco and Sienna Caruso.
By any reasonable metric, may they spend the brief, meticulous period of tranquility in the remainder of their lives.
It is late afternoon on Saturday, June 14, 2070. From what I can see, the entire terrace has covered the small and tend over the past 36 years. According to my own observations, Sienna is 75. By any reasonable standard, we have been married for 42 years. By any reasonable standard, the annual Caruso-Ruspian summer dinner is scheduled for tomorrow evening at Specs 4, the family man member spanning generations. By any reasonable standard, we have prepared 14 extra place settings for the deceased, my grandmother Maria, my brother Dante, who passed away in 2061, Sienna's late sister Teresa Erikins, 4 of whom parents Patricia Parker, Mr. Maria Caruso, members of this extended family who have passed away one after another over the past 4 decades, all of whom meet all reasonable standards of valuation. Over the past 36 years, every Saturday afternoon in June, she has held my hand on this terrace. I deliberately take a deep breath, realizing that by any reasonable standard, I am exactly where I've quietly tried to be for the 36 hours after my father passed away in October 2023. I feel completely at peace.
Marco.
Sienna.
Marco, tomorrow?
Yes.
Marco, judging by their preference, the grant here next story about the elegant black Mercedes.
Sienna, again?
Marco, Teresa Maria's youngest daughter, Charlotte, judging by her quiet and firm will.
Sienna, tell them I will tell that nuanced and coherent little story. I pause to think carefully. Standard. The story I will tell the Shangri-La and great children generate to tomorrow night with all for summer dinner by any reasonable standard is simply the continuation of that black Mercedes. Is this brother spin in the side why I am a fact of completely in line with all reasonable standards. I pause to reflect carefully over the subsequent 44 years that originally small and detailed story has evolved into a true foundational family legend.
Marco, I love you.
Judging by all my later preferences, from any nuanced perspective or by any reasonable standard, I would never desire to be anywhere else. I look at Sienna. I love you.